Individuals with pathological tendencies toward deliberate use of force or dominance often exhibit neuroanatomical and functional abnormalities in the neural pathways connecting the limbic system, particularly the amygdala and the prefrontal cortex. The amygdala plays a key role in generating basic emotional responses such as fear, rage, and aggression, as well as evaluating threats in the environment. Under typical conditions, its activity is regulated by higher-order brain regions, especially the ventral medial and orbitofrontal cortices, which are responsible for impulse control, moral judgment, and socially appropriate behavior. When these regulatory pathways are compromised due to congenital neural dysfunction, traumatic brain injury, or prolonged psychological trauma, especially in early development, the brain loses its ability to effectively inhibit destructive impulses. This dysregulation may manifest as heightened aggression, impulsivity, reduced empathy, and a lack of remorse. In some cases, decreased activity is also observed in the anterior cingulate cortex, a region involved in conflict monitoring, moral reasoning, and the processing of social cues. In such individuals, the neural circuits governing emotional regulation operate differently. Emotional reactions, particularly anger or arousal, may arise rapidly and with excessive intensity, while the brain's inhibitory systems fail to activate appropriately. This imbalance makes a person more prone to the deliberate use of force or dominance, particularly when compounded by environmental stressors or underlying psychopathology. For this reason, it is essential to look beyond the act itself and ask why it occurred. A deliberate act of force or dominance, especially if irrational or cruel, often reflects deeper dysfunction, neural, psychological, and biographical. In many cases, the act is not merely a moral failure, but the visible endpoint of a long-forming neurological and experiential narrative. A harmful deed, then, is not just an isolated decision. It is the final stroke in a portrait that began long before the moment it was committed.